Alright, hi guys, it's Paul. I'm making this video right now with a really special charcoal. You can see the sound, you can hear the sound of it. It sounds like a bell, alright? Really special. This is Binchotan, a charcoal that using the Japanese technique. Around 700 years ago, some really smart Japanese people already discovered how to producing the charcoal that having the really nice sound, really special, stable heat, having no bad smell, no smoke, and this is one of the highest quality and most expensive charcoal in the world. The pieces on my hand, these things could reaching to, it's really depend. It could reaching to $2,000 per tons or $1,700 per tons, depending on times. All right, and usually it's not about the wood that you're using. There's many wood that you could also use to producing the Binchotan charcoal, but the wood that the Japanese people love the most right now is the oak wood, or the other wood over there that people purchase a lot from Laos. This charcoal from Laos is my book and my teal. I'm gonna leave the science name of it over there so that you could having the better understanding by researching about it. So welcome to the channel. If you guys just came to the channel, my name is Paul. We are focusing on helping people to purchasing the charcoal at the right quality so that you could grow your multi-millions dollar import charcoal business without have to worry about being a scam, without have to worry about being lying about the quality, because we don't care about short-term profit. We care about doing business with you for the next 10, 20, 30 years or until your next generations. So just visit Earthange.com in order to discover more about these bad boy. All right. So the first thing that you need to notice about the Binchotan is that it's the name of a technique people use to producing the charcoal. It's not a name of a specific wood. So there are a lot of different wood that people are using to producing this bad boy. Over there, just in my book, which means this really special charcoal from Laos. Over there, having this charcoal is from the lychee wood and longan wood. You know, you can hear the sound slightly different, and the texture inside is created a look like the flower inside of it. It crack inside out. All right. For the my boop and my teal, it's just gonna look like that. It's not gonna have a crack inside. So the pricings of all these wood gonna be ranging, gonna be really different. There are also coffee binchotans, which is a really special binchotan. Right now, because the quantity of it is not much, all the charcoal that producing by people already sent to the Korean people, because the Korean people really like the coffee Binchotan charcoal. I don't know why. I'm not sure why they love it. It's have the smell of coffee when you burn it. So first of all, it's about the material. This could be many different material. My book, my teal. This could be eucalyptus. This could be any wood. All right, but using this technique, gonna creating this charcoal. But there's a chance that if you're purchasing from a untrustworthy Binchotan supplier, they're gonna put in some of the bad wood that they collected from the mountains, and then they just bring it back. It's called the mixed wood in Vietnam, which means there's no name to that wood. It's gonna surely creating the scenario where you have to dealing with the spark, and also smoke came out from charcoal, because that wood is not a really sustainable wood in order to producing the charcoal, because it's gonna having the different material, different texture inside, and surely easily to spark. All right. When you purchase these things, the most important thing that people care about is about the spark. All right. If the charcoal, your Binchotan is spark, most people don't want that to happen. They don't want to see the spark. They want to see the charcoal that nicely without being have a large spark when you burn it up. All right. So the reason why having this spark is because the charcoal is not fully carbonized as the Binchotan, or it could be about the charcoal still having moisture inside, or it could be the charcoal haven't been baked yet. So let's go through each scenario first. So if your charcoal is a specific wood like my teal and my boop, then you don't need to bake the charcoal. The baking process is when you put in this charcoal inside of a huge bucket made by steel, and then you heating that bucket from the bottom till the charcoal is turning to even the red color. It's like it's steel, all right, inside. It's like steel is inside. That charcoal gonna start to extracting all the moisture out of it, all the element, foreign content that could make the charcoal spark out. And from that, the charcoal could having a nice, beautiful texture without producing any spark when you try to ignite it. Secondly, the reason why it could, so majority of the reason why this wood could spark is because if they're using the wood that having the characteristic of being spark, and they not bake it and send to you, then you're surely gonna receive the bad product, because when they bake the charcoal, the weight is gonna be reduced by at least 8%. It's gonna be cheaper for them and gonna be more profit to them if they just sending the raw charcoal without baking to you. All right. So if you're purchasing lychee and also longan, Binchotan, you need to make sure that they baking the charcoal before they send it to you. All right. Secondly, it's about the wood itself. All right. So if you notice, if you ever see anybody cut a tree in half in the middle, you will see that there's a white layer of the tree. All right. That white layer is the layer that you're supposed to use to make these charcoal, and there's gonna be a layer inside where it look dark, where it look darker. The layer outside look lighter. The outside, the layer inside look darker. That layer, in when I learning the biology, I'm not expert in that. I'm dropped out of high school, so don't quote me on this. But as I remember, it's steam in order to transport the water and nutrition into all the leaves and all the different part of the tree, to grow it, to make it stronger. So that part is having a lot of moisture. So if people using that part to producing the charcoal for you, the moisture gonna be fully came out. It's gonna create a situation where that charcoal gonna be having spark a lot. It's not gonna be what you wanted. All right. When you purchase charcoal, you don't want it to be having any spark. You don't want it, especially for Binchotan, you don't want it to having any smoke came out of it, because there are a lot of moisture inside. You don't want all of that. So the charcoal better be fully carbonized. You need to make sure that the supplier baking the charcoal, if it's lychee and longan, you need to make sure that they're not using the dark part of the charcoal, to producing the charcoal for you. All right. And also you need to make sure that they're not mixing it with the mixed wood, the random wood from the tree. So these three risks that could happen. All right. People gonna stuffing the bad stuff into your product around 10%. It's really hard to notice. Only 10% of the charcoal gonna be spark. Only 10% of that gonna be not good. So if you want to purchase something like that, we're gonna do it for you, but we're gonna be upfront with you. We're gonna say that to you so that you know we do it because we ask you, hey, do you want that? If you want that, we're gonna do it for you, but we don't recommend to do all these things. All right, because it's gonna make your product more complicated, to increase the price, sell at the price that the market wanted this thing to be. All right. Next, about transportations. The same thing with the mangrove charcoal. This charcoal, you still having the process of cutting it if you want to, or you just leaving the whole big stick inside a long box, inside a really beautiful box that people send to Japan. So for these things, there's gonna be the risk of you if you using the saw, the cutting in half. There's gonna be a risk of the spark from the cutting process attaching to a charcoal, and then it's gonna slowly burn the charcoal from inside out, really slow. And if you're not leaving the charcoal outside for at least 2 days, then you stuff it to the container, then surely gonna burn. All right, they're gonna be high probability you're gonna burn your whole charcoal container, and then put yourself at the extremely risk, and that's not what we recommend. We don't want you to dealing with the burning charcoal on the boat, and all the legal problems come after that. So you need to be really carefully when the supplier producing the charcoal. They need to leave it outside at least 2 days after they cut it, not after it came out from the kiln. After they cut it. For this thing, they need to at least put it outside 2 days also, because you know why? This is using the baking process, which means that people just gonna stuff into the big bucket made by steel, and then they heating it to the point where it look red, but it's not burning because there's no oxygen inside. So after it's cooling down, if people just rushingly after just waited 1 day and then they started to pack it to the boxes, the bag, then surely there's high probability that you're gonna have to deal with a burned charcoal container on the boat, and you don't want that to happen. All the MSDS material safety seat is not gonna be protecting you from that, because you already messed up the bruising, the real stuff that you need to do in order to keep your charcoal safe. All right, there's no plastic bag, aluminum bags gonna prevent you from the charcoal burning. You just need to leave it outside at least 2 days in order to make sure that to happen. So that about transportation, that about the risk of transporting it. All right, next I'm gonna talk about if you want to purchase this charcoal, where should you go to in order to find this bad boy? So for Long and lychee in Vietnam, you could go to the western part of Vietnam. There's gonna be a lot of it in the province around, apart from Hanoi, from around 80, 60 kilometer. You're gonna see a lot of lychee, a lot of longan, Binchotan. If you go to the Laos, it's not in Vietnam anymore. Go to Savannaket province, there's gonna be a lot of mai tiêu, mai búp that people are producing every single day. If you go to the highland part of Vietnam, where people producing a lot of coffee, you have a lot of coffee charcoal, a lot of coffee Binchotan. So if you want to purchase these things, go to the area. We're gonna having people to take care of you to see in this charcoal. All right, don't worry. Maybe it's gonna be myself, because we are a really small company. We don't have big team, so usually gonna be me. All right. So to put it to conclusions, there's risk about the quality for this bad boy. All right. They could mixing bad stuff in. They could mixing the stuff that you don't want it in. It could make the charcoal spark. It could make the charcoal not good as it's supposed to be. So if you purchase these bad boy, the Binchotan, then you will need to be careful about that, and you need to make sure that your supplier not sending the charcoal when after it just baked or just cut it, to make sure that you don't have to deal with the process of the bowl burning. All right, we don't want that. No one want that. So preventing these things at the beginning, so you don't have to deal with it in the future. If you want to purchase this Binchotan, safely without worry about being scammed, without worry about being lied to, and growing your business sustainably and distribute these things, then please feel free to contact us. All right, we are here to do business long term, even to your next generations, as we just mentioned. So I'm gonna wash my hand, and this is the video. Thank you guys. Bye bye.